My friends, thank you so much for being a part of this continuing experience of Live Healthy Miami Gardens and our Facebook Live, our chat on relevant, pertinent, meaningful topics in which, as we engage with our guests, we share information on things that are of significance, things that can truly make us and our great city alive. Opportunities and experiences and topics with the information to be who we seek to be. And we seek to be a place, Miami Gardens being a place where we are healthy, where we live, where we play, where we worship, where we raise families, where we work, and we do all the great things to make Miami Gardens a great city that it is already. And as we continue to make it even more the dynamic place, it is that which I do believe in this, the great city of Miami Gardens. And so it is my joy to be with you this afternoon, but even more joy filled to have you join in. In a moment, we will be talking about the whole experience of drowning and how to be wise with our children and keep our children safe this summer. Live Healthy Miami Gardens is a health initiative of this, our great city, with support from many, including the Center for Disease Control. This program has been in existence for now 8 years, in which we have different um, uh, 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 offerings, in which we have, physical activity, we have health, like for example, connecting with our medical community here in the city, talk about healthy restaurants. Do you know that Miami Gardens is really growing to be a place where you can come and dine, where you can come and go to the gym, where you can come and have a great recreation. I'm hoping that we will have that great jazz in the park experience next year. Uh, And so, what I'm simply trying to say, thank you so much for being here, and I hope that our conversation today with Stacy Simmons, Miami Gardens park manager, that you will go forth from this place with knowledge and with confidence to be able to keep yourselves as adults, but more so as in relation to our children, that they will have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful summer. We'll talk more about Live Healthy Miami Gardens afterwards. And now I just want to jump straight in because I have a bio here to introduce this man, but I'm going to skip the bio. Let me tell you the greatest thing that I know of this gentleman. He cares for our people. He has his eye where to develop new initiatives to bring our families, to bring our community together. That he has a heart, he has a passion, and you're going to hear that coming out in what he'll be talking of. The topic being around drowning and how to be safe, not just to be fear filled, but how to take the necessary steps with our children. And so to come out and enjoy the pools, the parks, to make this city and to make our people a great people, a great people. My name is Horace Ward. I serve as the pastor at the Episcopal Church of the Holy Family here in this great city of Miami Gardens. And Holy Family has been around in this part of Miami-Dade County and here in Miami Gardens for some 65 years, with a deep-seated commitment and a demonstration of that commitment over the years. But today the focus is on Mr. Stacy Simmons. Can I get a drum roll there, please? And bring the gentleman in, and you're going to see his smile right now. Look at it, look at it, look at it, look at it coming! Hey, Stacy, good to have you, man. Good to have you.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me, Father. I just want to greet everyone in the city of Miami Gardens and beyond, and welcome them to the Live Healthy Facebook Live chat.
Fantastic. Let's continue, Stacy, on the mindfulness of keeping our children safe and taking the necessary healthy steps in being responsible. That going to our pools and even going to our parks, that there are things that we can do, and when it comes to drowning, the necessary things that we must do. One of the things I'd like, though, is very basic. We think we know it, but I'd like to add or affirm the knowledge here. The question is, what is drowning? The Center for Disease Control site defined drowning as the process of experiencing respiratory impairment from submersion or immersion in liquid. Fatal drowning happens when the drowning results in death. I mean, this is heavy. This is heavy. I have had experiences with drownings and as well as near drowning, and have seen the pain of the tragedy. Whether the child actually drowned or there was near drowning is just a heartbreaking.
Absolutely.
But can you describe, tell us out of your experience, about drowning?
Okay. Well, hello everyone. My name is Stacy Simmons. I'm one of the city community center managers here for the great city of Miami Gardens. I have been not only a community center manager, but I'm also a certified lifeguard and water safety instructor for the last 27 years this year. Um, I just really think it's very important that we learn about water safety and preventative things as far as what not to do and what to do when we're surrounded by bodies of water, such as a pool, a home pool, a municipal pool, even the beach, a lake or canal. I just think it's important that living in Florida, especially, um, it's imperative that we learn the bare necessities as far as uh, what to do around these large bodies of water.
It's interesting, just a quick stat from the Center of Disease Control, that in the United States, more children ages 1 to 4 die from drowning than any other cause of death, except birth defects. That is mind blowing, and that tells us, which is how invaluable and you are as a gift to our community, and the depth of appreciation having you come on this afternoon and tell us more about water safety. I mean, that's the big broad topic. Drowning is just a part of it. I just wanted to get the drowning thing out front, um, cognizant of how much of an impact it is, and in which we can delve, as we will delve deeper into water safety.
Okay. Well, absolutely. That statistic is alarming. And my personal opinion, can really be prevented. Um, Preventative things around water should be our number one priority as far as um, just say you're at a home pool, making sure we childproof um, the back doors. Make sure we put a screen around our pools, child safety locks, having conversations with our children and teaching them at an early age um, about going un, unsupervised around large bodies of water, around pools, canals, and things of that nature. Um, it's very troubling that sometimes, and unfortunate that these drownings do occur, and it's from a lapse of a parent, unfortunately, um, not supervising. And if we had those extra steps in place, such as the child lock or um, the screen around the pool, um, I think it could be prevented 100%.
Every summer, you have reports of children losing their lives or non-fatal results where they are rescued, but then again, there is permanent damage, especially brain uh, damage. Um, our son has a pool, in-ground pool, in his backyard. When they moved into the place, it did not have a screen. And I mean, almost immediately, we put a screen around that pool because, they have a daughter. She might have been 2 years old at the time, or a year old. And I tell you, Stacy, I was more than happy to see what the step um, of them, putting in that um, screening, right away. Um, yes, it was a little pricey, but the price is worth the life of anyone or the life of it. You know,
Absolutely.
I hear you talking about preventative, but it's also common sense, isn't it?
I definitely agree. I just think, not only with that child proofing that screen in an in-ground pool or in your backyard, that's not only saving your child. Um, Maybe a child from next door or across the street could wander off. Um, I can't say what another parent can do.
Mhm.
Um, However, things do happen, and a child wanders off. Um, and those things can happen as far as falling into a pool or things of that nature. Um, that I just think it's a necessity, um, and what price we put on life. So I just think it's it's a necessity.
I'm smiling here, Stacey, because I refer to myself and have done so for a long time. I refer to myself as a water baby. I love water. I growing up in Jamaica. You had quick, easy access, um, be it to the river or not so much to the pool, but indeed to the sea. And I mean, at the quickest moment, I would be heading for a swim. The quickest moment, I'm dragging my friends along. Come on, let's go. Come on, let's go. I'm going to say that I remember a group of us went off to what is called the gardens, where it's a park, and you have a river running through the middle of the park. And not long after we got there, I heard a scream, and you could feel the pain of the scream. Well, of course, and very quickly, when you checked it out, the person who had screamed was missing her friend. And it turned out that he had jumped in the river, and he had gone into a deep hole. He didn't come up. So I say that to say, you're talking about preventative, that you need to look out for one another. That's the kind of thing that you're talking about.
Absolutely. One of the things I always say when I'm doing teaching swimming lessons or talking about water safety, it's swim with a friend. Swim with someone. Let someone know um, you're going for a swim. Anything could happen. Um, just make sure you let someone know. Um, Always be prepared for the inevitable. So letting your friends, letting, hey, I'm going for a night swim, so they can have something in the back of their mind. Hey, um, he or she normally swims for about 25 minutes and come back this way, so they can always have a sense of, let me be around, let me see what's going on. I always say, always swim with a friend. Know know what you're doing as far as the depth of a pool, because right now the regulations are they have to mark the depth of the pool, so you don't go for someone that's who's not a strong swimmer. They won't go into the deeper part and become unable to swim and get to the side of the pool. The beach, I will always say, if you're swimming at the beach, always stay uh, by the lifeguard towers where they can see you, because they are trained to assist anybody that's that becomes struggling or get tired in the ocean, and they're here to help and get you out of that situation if you do become tired.
And well, folks, we're joined this afternoon by Stacy Simmons. Let me repeat that name twice or two more times, because I really want and hope that you will not just remember, but that you will get to know Stacy Simmons, who is a park manager in our parks and recreation system here in the great city of Miami Gardens. And Stacy, tell us where are you located, or where are you based? You're in a very exciting place at the time, so you tell the story.
Well, currently I'm at Bunch Park Alternative Sports Complex. That's at 15600 West Bunch Park Drive in Miami Gardens, Florida. Uh, we're adjacent next to Bunch Park Pool. So if you Google us, you'll see us both here together. So I'm back and forth to the pool and the park. I also go around to Norwood Pool and Park as well. Um, we have several pools here in the city of Miami Gardens. Betty T. Ferguson Recreational Center, Norwood Park and Pool, and Bunch Park Pool. Um, that's open for the summer for everyone's enjoyment. They have swimming lessons, they have water safety swimming lessons, and it teaches you just how to do what it says. Just teaching you about water safety. If you fall in, if your child falls into the pool, they know how to um, safely, calmly turn around and grab the edge of the pool and relax to be able to hold their breath, kick, swim, move your arms to get to the side of the pool.
I am truly indeed. I oftentimes, words fail me. How I view Miami Gardens, but the fact is that I'm proud of our great city. I mean, we have come this far by faith, and we have come a long way in the 25 years that I have served in this great community amongst, really truly wonderful, wonderful, wonderful people. And we want to make it better for our families. We want to make it a greater place going forward for our children, to contribute to the building of the city. I hear you talking of, uh, and maybe you can tell us a little bit more, flesh it a little more about the kinds of programs that are, especially water-related programs that are offered in our park system or at our pool here in the city.
Okay. Well, what we have here as far as the water safety, we also have at Betty T. Ferguson in the fall, we have CPR and first aid classes, which is a must. I think in every household, someone should be certified in CPR. Uh, those 30 seconds to 2 minutes can save someone's life until um, more qualified personnel can come and assist. We have, like I said, lifeguard, junior lifeguard classes for those who are trying to become lifeguards. We have a learn to swim program, and we have free swimming lessons because, like I said, Florida is a peninsula surrounded by water. We have canals, lakes, we have pools, and we have beaches, and it's very imperative that someone somewhere have the water safety skills to either assist or to be able to save themselves.
And so while we would spend even more time, and maybe we're shortchanging ourselves in terms of water safety at the pool. What I hear you saying is, get the basic knowledge because we have more water bodies in different kinds all around us. You have the pool, but you also have, the Everglades.
Yes.
You also have the Everglades, but you also have the lakes. And how easy it is, for a child to run away or to escape and head for this beautiful place, be a lake or be the neighbor's pool, as you referenced a moment ago, and for us to take responsibility. The other thing is that um, uh, 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 if you could say a little bit more is what are some of the costs of whatever aspects, whether it be entrance to the pools or whether it be equipment or gears or anything that would be of benefit of health and that parents must be mindful of.
Okay. Well, at the pool, it's a cost if you want to recreationally come and swim. It's about $3 for about 3 hours in the water. Um, with that being said, I just wanted to touch on how just coming to the pool recreationally, it's always fun because it's a lifeguard present. Um, they can give you different types of pointers of just being in the water. But I just want to make sure all the listeners and all the viewers are um, aware that you precaution. You can still get sunburned, so make sure you put on your sunscreen. There are clothing that's called a rash guard. It's long sleeve. It's very light, but it protects your skin. Always wear the proper eyewear because at the peak, the sun is very hot and it's very bright. It could cause some type of damage to your eyes. So make sure you have the proper eye wear and stay hydrated. A lot of people don't know that. Oh, I'm in water. I'm hydrated. No, you can become dehydrated in the water. So that's why some pools offer a 10-minute break every hour, a 5-minute break to go into the shade and hydrate, put on some more sunscreen, and just kind of relax because the sun is still the sun underwater or on top of the water. So I just wanted to touch on that and make sure that the viewers understand that those are some of the things that help your process or help your experience while being at a pool here in Miami Gardens. Also, you can check with your local Red Cross about the different pricing of the CPR classes. Some programs are free. Like some lifeguard classes are, you can get a scholarship. just different things that help the community. So just go ahead and look at the Red Cross. They're always offering different classes, lifeguarding, junior lifeguarding, CPR, etc.
Thank you, Stacy. Folks, we're having and sharing a very relevant, a very, very important conversation about water safety for all of us, for our families, most importantly for our next gen. And that this conversation becomes, I cannot stress the importance of it as we continue in the post-academic year. In other words, it's summer. Uh,
Summer, yes.
and here in Florida, it gets hot, 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 as it has been, a couple of days, last week. And even with the rains that we are having, after the rain is gone and you walk out, the humidity is knocking you over. And of course, that's where the invitation becomes scheduled time to go to our pools here in the city of Miami Gardens. And you say we have 3 pools?
We have 3 operational pools: Betty T. Ferguson Recreational Complex, Norwood Park and Pool, and Bunch Park Pool. Um, just to reiterate, you were speaking about rain and the weather. As you know, this week it's been a lot of downpouring rain. In the event that you are in a pool at the beach, um, at a home pool, if the weather gets worse, we ask that you please exit all water, go inside a building where it's grounded, uh, and wait out the storm there. Because we were speaking on statistics earlier, um, Florida is one of the lightning capitals of the world. So not only with just being in the water, we have, if you look behind me, we have a turf field where football over the summer, soccer, lacrosse, all of these different sports activities are happening. And at any given moment, the rain, the thunderstorms, the thunderclouds come. We ask everyone to get in. Here in the city of Miami Gardens, we have lightning prediction uh, systems. So at any given time, you will hear a long horn that will give patrons, enough time to exit the pool, exit the field, and come inside some shelter. That's another preventative way to ensure our safety of our residents here in Miami Gardens and abroad.
Stacey, I'm going to, for about third or fourth time, take a walk down the dread of losing, one's life, or folks losing their lives, you know, at a pool or whichever kind of body of water. Could you tell us, in the event there's a sad, unfortunate reality of a drowning? Kind of walk us through, what happens and how can I manage? What are some of the things that take place in light of and in the early moments of such a awful tragedy? What do I do?
Well, prayerfully and thankfully that I've never been able to be in that particular situation because I always put myself in a preventative situation. But from my training and just hearing the different stories, if someone unfortunately falls victim to a drowning or a breathing situation prevented by some type of liquid, we always do the ABCs first. You check the airway, check for breathing, and you check for the circulation. Uh, for all of those things that at a moment's notice that those 30 seconds of getting that person out of the water can be so much critical to to prevent any brain damage or brain deficiency of lack of oxygen to the brain after a minute. So if I can only imagine from just seeing and um, just the training, always try to see if someone in the crowd that you're in has CPR experience or certified in CPR. Uh, Make sure someone calls 911 to get the paramedics out immediately, and someone needs to perform life saving CPR. You can put at all of our centers, we have AEDs to check if the heart is out of rhythm, all of those things, and they will definitely see. Technology has become more advanced, so they can tell you uh, if the heart is not rhythmic breathing or rhythmic pumping, and they'll tell you what will be needed further. So all of these things will be some life-saving time, life-saving preventative things to reverse any type of brain damage caused by the lack of oxygen that 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 person unfortunately had due to being submerged underwater.
And we're talking this afternoon on a great conversation, to which I'm grateful for the opportunity with Stacy Simmons, a park manager here in our park system in this the great city of Miami Gardens. And we're talking about water safety. And if, as you have been listening to him, and he just said it a while ago, uh, his emphasis, his greatest call is prevention, prevention, prevention. But accidents do happen, but you also have to be prepared. And the city of Miami Gardens does do things like CPR. And he also mentioned that, and let me put it in context, in a sequential kind of way, Stacey, that when you enter into a facility, when I go to the Betty Ferguson, say I'm heading to the pool, yes, directions to the pool, or even if I already know where it is to the pool, be able to just look around at your circumstances to see the kind of equipment that they have. And one critical equipment is the AED, the
Yes.
heart. What is it? Is it right? Is it a heart defibrillator
It's
or a heart
a
restart?
regulator. So what that is it just checks to see the rhythm of the heart because the heart beats at a certain rhythm, and once those patches and the AED is initialized, um, it will determine what's the next necessary course. That's why on the movies back in the day, you see someone with this big machine and they come and they rub it together, and then everyone says clear, and it jump starts. That will jump start um, your heart to bring it back into rhythm. Once the heart starts pumping, that means the blood is circulating. Um, if you're breathing on your own, that's always a great sign that things are moving towards the better part. Um, so just always be mindful that when you do go into um, a park facility or a restaurant or any place where there's large crowds, a stadium, we have the Hard Rock Stadium here. Kind of scan over the crowd and stuff to see uh, fire extinguishers. Um, if you're going somewhere where it's some type of chemicals, see if they have the hazmat showers. So, little things like that we need to be aware of. And also just look and see if they have an AED system, a first aid kit, or something that that can help unfortunately in a time of an emergency.
And let me follow up on that because it's a sequence here. We're talking about safety, and though we're specifically talking of water safety,
Mhm.
there are preventative, and you're very, very strong on preventative steps. It strikes me, Stacey, in preparing for our conversation that it has been summer, 2 summers. No, this is the second summer. Well, that we have been away from, organized, entrance into places like a pool. So the value of this conversation is for us to really reconnect with that which we already know. Common sense, be smart about it. But here we have the opportunity to learn, which is the value and the gift. And I keep using that phrase, value and gift, because life is a gift. One of the other things too in all of this is to be able to know the staff at the center, is to be able to connect with and let me and you can take it in which we want. Um, Pay attention to the rules.
Absolutely.
And listen, listen, listen. Do not be foolish and do your own thing for the sake of what?
Absolutely. Listen, the rules are there for a reason. Um, the rules are there because somebody, unfortunately, broke that particular rule. That's why it made it a rule. Prime example: running on a pool deck when it's a slippery surface. That's that's not a good thing to do because you can slip and fall and hurt yourself. Not only slip and fall and hurt a limb, but the pool deck might be hot. You can burn yourself. That's why it's always good to uh, have the proper sandals, put them by the pool, get in the water, things of that nature. Also, the depth. Um, in my time, lifeguarding at a pool, uh, we always tell the patrons, no diving in the shallow end for obvious reasons, but some people don't understand why the importance of not diving uh, in a 3 feet because the depth, because you dive in, your body is not getting fully submerged, and you can hit your head, and you can ultimately uh, hurt your neck and becoming a spinal injury. And we all know wherever the head goes, the body will follow. So we tell them to make sure when you're diving into a pool or things, it's at the proper depth, and everything will go accordingly.
And I like your analogy reference just now. Wherever the neck goes, the body follows. What that means is, that statement says, you who are the trained, attentive, caring, responsible partners, say at a pool. It
Yes.
is important for me as part of the body of the community, coming in by myself, coming in with friends, coming in with my family or whoever I come in with, is to pay attention, to listen. We know what this thing called indiscipline is all about. And the attitude where you're really putting yourself and even putting others at risk, as you just said. You
Yeah.
would you jump into the shallow end of the pool. That is as dumb as dumb. Let's just call it. Let's just cut the fancy talk and call it. That's dumb. And when the lifeguard calls out to you, you listen and you change your location. Uh,
Absolutely. Absolutely. And also, you don't have to know how to swim to assist in saving someone's life. Uh, once you mentioned that once you come into a facility, kind of pay attention, kind of look around and see what steps, see what things you have um, in that facility. As far as, unfortunately, if it's a fire, where's the exits? Um, if it's we're looking for the AED. So at a pool, they will also always have on the guard chair, the lifeguard chair, a lifesaver. It's a round ring buoy that You can throw into the water. If someone is in distress, they can grab onto that and float and hold on until more experienced help can help them. Um, so I don't want someone that's a non-swimmer to jump in, and it becomes more of a fatality than it has to be. They have these long poles. It's called a shepherd's hook. So it can hook around the person, and you can get low on the ground and pull the person hand over hand to safety. Okay. Just little things like that. Those are preventative things that a lot of people don't know. So be mindful when we're walking and coming around a pool, that those things are by. And if you come to a pool, a recreational pool at a city, any city in the state of Florida, and they do not have a lifeguard, I will question that.
Uh, Stacy, I'm going to go down a rabbit hole, as they say here, for a minute, and let me. You don't have to go with me. You can leave me to drown. I know you would. I just say that.
I can save you.
Save me. But there's a thing called etiquette at the pool. There's a thing called uh, decent behavior at the pool. There's a thing called neighborliness at the pool. I go into a pool area. Let me be mindful of what I'm wearing.
Absolutely.
I'm just going to say, and this is being recorded. If I, as a male or a female, go into a pool, let me be mindful that I cover my body, because as a community pool, you have others there, you have children there. I don't have. That is not a place to expose myself.
Absolutely. It's very important that we have some type of decorum and etiquette when it comes to a community based situation. Now, in your private home, in your private pool, that's
Yeah.
fine. You like it, I will love it. But in a community setting, um, you don't want those particular questions when you're supposed to just come and have a relaxing time at the pool or at the beach.
Yeah.
It's always, and that stems from what type of foundation that particular person has. It's a no judgment zone, but what their standards would be. Um, I just know personally, if I had younger kids, younger children, um, that's not the time and the place to explain why this young person, young man, young woman, older person, is wearing those particular things, um, when it's supposed to be a fun time. That
And
that's just the etiquette in
how
that.
run on a couple of other things. I mean, we can take responsibility when we go to the restroom. The urinal is there, or the toilet is there. Use the toilet, not the floor.
Absolutely.
The paper is there, or the air dryer is there. You don't have to be playing around it, because you're not paying the electric bill. Boy, do I sound stern and mean and ugly?
No, it's one of those necessary things that unfortunately some people don't know. Um, and sometimes as good shepherds to the community, it's our responsibility to let them know that once you come into one of our facilities, our community centers, our parks, our pools, um, you're going to have the best professional experience, customer friendly experience as possible, uh, regardless of size, shape, religion, color, creed. Okay, so that's just one of those things that we pride ourselves here in the city of Miami Gardens.
Thank you very much. And I mean, we're just cutting through and getting to some basics here. I mean, what's your language?
Absolutely.
Hey, even what you try to sneak into the pool that is already, or is another kind of liquid. You know where I'm going with that, sir. I
Yes.
have seen it for myself. I mean, I don't want to get too, you know, on the floor here, but we need to be responsible for ourselves and care for others around us. Make it a
Yeah.
pleasant experience.
It's just a discretional call. I always say, and I've heard time and time again, those who know better do better. So it's just a standard we're not going to have here. We're not going to allow those type of things here in the city of Miami Gardens in our recreational complexes or our pools because um, that can lead to other things.
Mm.
Also, when you're doing those other type of liquids in the hot sun, you become dehydrated, you become disoriented, and what happens? You may fall into the deeper part and become disoriented, and that becomes an issue. That becomes a problem where the lifeguard has to get in and go into their emergency action plan.
I did ask her permission to go down the rabbit hole here, so this is probably where I'm taking the lead, on this. The last thing I'd like to, I made reference to it already when I talked about listening to the staff, listening to those who are there because they care and they want us to have, the most wonderful, pleasant, customer friendly, family friendly, however you want it, because we deserve it.
Absolutely.
You know. But what I'm also, one very very simple thing, which I find very very it's significant for me. Okay, is to be able to say please and thank you when I go to the snack bar or whatever you call it, concession stand. To be able to say, please, and when I'm served, to be able to say thank you so much. I mean, encouragement to our staff. They are people. I'm preaching now, brother. I'm a preacher.
Absolutely.
It's called self-respect and it's called other respect. When I'm leaving and I go past the entrance area and the staff person is there, it doesn't take anything just to say thank you very much, or I've had a wonderful day, I'll be back, and you have a great evening, or whatever it is. That's part of community, and that's part of the big thing of the quality of life in our city. It contributes to water safety. It builds relationships. I mean, sir, I have seen you, around, city hall and in our city. Never had a connect with you, but the moment I saw you, sir, your reputation preceded you.
Really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. Um, it's just we call it the CC, common courtesy. Uh, just respect, courtesy goes a long way. Um, Even if the person is not being as respectful and courteous to you, they're going to go back and think about it and say, "Hey, listen, I could have done this a different way." Um, and that's the experience, and maybe that'll be a teachable moment for that particular person. Um, it takes nothing to say thank you, thank you, or I'm sorry, I apologize, or could I assist? Those are the things that your foundation should be built on. Um, Respect, because if you're good to others, others will be good to you, and whatever you put out, I think you're going to get it tenfold. That's just the marching orders I live by. So that's where we're going with that. With when it comes to the customer experience, the parent experience, the someone said treat the janitor with the same level of respect as you treat the CEO, or vice versa. And that's what I like to do. I respect every person for who they are.
Uh, Stacey, this has been more than an informative. It has been just a precious joy. Um,
Thank
I have to say, sir, that our park system in the city of Miami Gardens has added value, and it is value added to our community. I've been around, for more than 2 decades, and I can see how we have made, progress, and continuing to invest in the building up of our people, of our community, of making it a desired destination, with a quality of life. And here our angle is that of health, 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 which is very significant. I also have to roll this gem into it, sir, that you are one of the jewels in the garden.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Just want to
So
give a special acknowledgement to um, uh, the City of Miami Gardens Parks and Recreation Director, Ms. Paulette Murphy, the Assistant Director, Ms. Jackie Shakespeare, and the other Assistant Director, Naomi Lagunier. Under their leadership, their tutelage, it's beyond beyond professional. Uh, they assist whenever when someone says it's an open door policy, they have it. It's not a scenario, not an experience that they have not been through, and they'll walk you through it and help you. And that's the professionalism that we need. That's the experience. Those are the things that we need to continue to expand on the Parks and Recreation system here. As more parks come online, the different parks, we have a senior center getting ready to open up very soon. Um, just just the quality of the experience um, at at the pools, at the parks. That is our main concern.
I thank you very much for that roundup to our time together as we sadly for me, because I could hang with you and dig even deeper into all of this, because again, for the umpteenth time, it's about the quality of life.
Yes.
It's about the building up of our people. We have come this far by faith. We have come this far, and we have come a long way. And I'm so grateful, to so many, who preceded us, who had a vision of the city, and here we are, they having planted or assured the foundation that others could take the mantle, could take the leadership, and grow and go forward to make the city of Miami Gardens a better place. And so I'm truly grateful to you, sir. If I had more words, I would use them.
Thank
If
you.
I was able to do a virtual presentation, sir, I would do it. But my presentation to you, Mr. Stacy Simmons, one of the park managers in the city of Miami Gardens, is to say humbly, with all heart, uh, thank you,
Absolutely.
thank you, thank you.
You're most certainly welcome.
And
And
we look
thank you.
forward. Here's the zinger now. Here's the zinger. I'm not done yet. I'm not done yet. You please, please, please come back, maybe in sometime in the fall, and to be able to share with us, what the summer was like, and
Absolutely.
what are the during the winter, and if at all possible, some of the possibilities for next summer.
Will do. Will do. Thank you for having me. I'm more than welcome to come back.
Thank you again, Mr. Stacy Simmons, one of the park managers here in the great city of Miami Gardens in our park system. And thanks to our guests who are online with us today, uh, and as well as to those who will watch this in review at the nearest possible time. Sure, if you'd like more information, You see running on the bottom of the screen here the email address and also the telephone number to the Parks and Recs Department. The telephone 305-622-8080. Parks and Recreation, miamigardens.fl.gov/20. It is long, folks. It is right there, and I know that you're on top of things to get it done. And so, thank you very, very much, sir. Thank you.
Thank
So,
you. Thank you for having me.
have a good one. Goodbye.